What innocent item gets suspicious if you own too much of it? I saw a TIFU post about a guy who bought a bunch of pressure cookers on sale to give to friends as gifts. Turned out that set off some anti-terrorism flags. So I'm gonna go with pressure cookers. Cough syrup. Clocks. Either all exactly synced or all way off. I saw what I would describe as a suspicious amount of peanut butter in the bed of a truck once. I think 2 or 3 12-pack cases. Drain cleaner. Pictures of a person. Cardboard cutouts. You have one cardboard cutout and it's a novelty decoration. But you have a room full of them and it gets a little weird. Toilet paper, you hoarding fucks. I worked at a pool supply store. They sell an extra strong peroxide as an alternative to chlorine. IDKY, but we had to report large purchases to the FBI. Reported this guy after we used his customer info to search his address on Google Earth. It was rural and had a few different outbuildings. Seemed sketchy. FBI got back to us a few weeks later. He was using the chemical to clean animal skulls he bought from a slaughterhouse. Then he carved the skulls and sold them. The FBI lady said he showed her his whole process and it was pretty impressive. Bleach. Kidneys. 2 is enough. 3 or more is going to raise some questions. Edit. Thank you for the pie slices. Tampons. A guy we know hoards them because he thinks if the government collapses they will become a hot commodity that he can use to trade. I'm talking a shed full of boxes. All kinds. Unbeknownst to him, menstrual cups exist. And rags. Edit. Well, this blew up. He's an odd bird. There is also a shed full with bins of socks. He wears them once. Tosses them in a Rubbermaid bin and once filled it gets placed in the shed. People have suggested donating them, but he says he doesn't want others to have access to his DNA. Mental illness is real. Children. Freezers. I would say scissors. But that would be self-incriminating. So single socks. Dolls. Toilet paper. Lube. Mirrors for sure. I've been in an elderly person's house where there was literally too many of them to count and it just feels weird. Canned air dusters. Some people like to get high off them. Pseudoephedrine. Spoons. I've got 28,000 spoons. Not different ones. All the same. They are all over the house. But I've also got a spoon room. Where most of them are neatly organized. You don't want a spoon mess. It needs to be neat. I love my spoons. Once in a while I will invite people and most of them pretend. Everything is fine. I think. They are uncomfortable but don't dare say anything. None of them ever accepted a second invitation. Sometimes I feel lonely. And when this happens, I take one of my spoons. Go to bed and we cuddle. This has always comforted me. Edit. Thanks for all the PMS and replies and all else. But of course I don't have 28K spoons. That would be insane. Like really literally insane. I just like to write what I think is funny stuff. For me, water. My neighbors had well water and would dry up. They asked if they could run a hose and put it in their well, they would pay what was owed. Did this a lot last summer, no big deal, they paid. Then they bought a big above ground pool. Filled it for them, they always paid, my part was always around the same so I wasn't bent out of shape. One day the water meter guy knocked with an officer wanting to know why I was using so much water. I explained, showed the many hoses to reach my neighbors and they were there to help explain. They explained to me that much water usage was throwing a red flag. So they were sent out to investigate to make sure no marijuana growing was happening. Mayonnaise. Cash. If you have too much cash, it's automatically an assumption that you traffic drugs in some way. Hand sanitizer bottles. Dog cages. Phones. Like one for personal use and one for work. That's normal. But if you own 20 of them, that's a little weird. Edit. 3 minutes ago this had less than 1,000 upvotes. Thanks guys. Edit 2. Half an hour ago this has less than 1,700 upvotes. Now it has 5K. Thanks again. Edit 3. I got gold for whatever reason. Thanks a third time. R. Award speech edits. Duct tape. Wives. Fertilizer. Bathtubs. Ropes and stools. Once I saw a couple who were clearly on meth buying a shit ton of baby formula at the grocery store. At the time I was like, shit. That's sad. They have a kid and they can't breastfeed it because they're on drugs. Maybe a week later I saw a post on Facebook about how many drugs are cut with baby formula. Which is why it's a high-risk item for large-scale retail theft. So, baby formula. Skulls. Candles. 1 to 2. You like good smells and a little atmosphere. More than 5. You try to summon spirits on your free time. Not me but my friend. He has eczema like severe case. He has to get Vaseline in like huge quantities. He's also gay so everyone looks at him weird buying a tub of Vaseline. But he just shrugs it off. Lol. Pull-up bars. Ropes. And stools. And if someone finds it say, it's exactly what it looks like and I blame you for it. Cucumbers and bananas. Toenails. Children's teeth. Cats. Stimpaks. Potassium nitrate. Great for fertilizing your plants in small quantities. Or making things go boom. AAAAAAAND. Now I'm on a list. I'm sure it's discouraged as public knowledge as TV never says it. Handcuffs. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video don't forget to drop a like. If you would like to see more content like this in the future, subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified about future videos. Now check out one of these interesting videos.